There we go. Okay. So to start off with today, what we're going to do is just hit some scales, right, to get ourselves going. And so let me make sure I've got everything that I need. Yeah, I look good. Right on. Yeah. Okay. So let's do some scales to start. Okay. So let's hit the first string. Okay. Now I'm going to play with my thumb and my index finger. That's what I'm going to do. Everyone choose a picking pattern that for finger picking that maybe steps outside of doing a pointer finger, because we're going to have 4 notes per on the scale. So my demonstration of what I'm going to do is I'm going to play thumb, pointer finger, thumb, pointer finger. So if you guys want to try that, go for it. Or maybe you want to use thumb, middle finger. Or maybe you're not used to walking your fingers back and forth, so you play around with that. Okay, choose something that's a little bit of a challenge for you. Okay, but not too much, just a little bit, just to kind of get your brain working around. Sometimes I like to do, actually I often do this when I do my index finger and my ring finger. It makes me work a little too hard right away though. You don't want it to be too hard, just something different, okay? All right, so here we go. So it's going to be just the A minor natural scale. I'll call it the fret numbers, and then I'll do it again, and I'll call it the fret numbers and the note names the second time, okay? All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, open. Okay, and now second fret, here we go. Okay, third fret. Okay, here we go, 5th fret. Right on. 7th fret. Okay, now to fret 8. Okay, fret 10. Fret 12. And back down to fret 10. Here we go, fret 10. Okay, fret 8. Next up is fret 7. Okay, then fret 5. Next up is fret 3. Here we go. Right on. And then fret 2. And then open. Okay, let's do it again. I'm going to use my same picking pattern. You can decide if you want to stay with the picking pattern that you just used or something different. And I'm going to do it again, but this time I'm going to say my note names too. Ready? Here we go. Open A. A. Second fret for B. Third fret for C. 5th fret for D. 7th fret for E. 8th fret is F. 10th fret is G. 12th fret is A. 10th fret, G. Okay, fret 8 for F. Then E on your 7th fret. And then D. Okay, and then 3rd fret for C. Right on. 2nd fret for B. Open A. I almost forgot what instrument I was playing. I started to think of guitar notes. Oh dear. If you see my brain look like it's kind of grinding a little bit, it's going back and forth between the 2 instruments. Sometimes it's a challenge for me. Now, I see that there's a few people watching us on the live stream, so welcome. Welcome. I can't see who it is, but if you have questions about what we're doing, just shoot me a message on there. Or you know what? Hang on, you guys. I'm going to put the Zoom link on the... depending on where you are and what you're doing, if you want to join us on Zoom, you're welcome to, or stay on the live stream, whatever works for you guys. All right, so I can see a number of you guys on Zoom. I'm curious, who used the thumb and the pointer finger? Did anybody try that? Yeah, it feels kind of neat, hey? I like it, yeah. And what about these two? Anybody use their bunny ear fingers? Yeah, right on. 3 fingers? I see, yeah. Sometimes people, they just get going with all the fingers. All right, let's play. Let's hit our 3rd string now, okay? And that's going to be just our C major scale, okay? So I'll tell you guys what we'll run up and down a couple times, okay? So nice and slow. First time we'll just pick 1 note at a time. Don't worry about any fancy fingering or anything like that. We're just going to find those frets, okay? So 3rd string. I'm going to play with my thumb, actually. 3rd string, open. Okay, that's our C. And then 2nd fret for our D. Okay, and then now we're going to go up to our 4th fret. Okay, and that's our E. Okay, and now up to 5th fret. That's F. Good. 7th fret. Okay. Now we're going to go up to, let's see, so we've got our G. Okay, so 9th fret now for our A. And then 11th fret, that's our B. And then 12th fret for C. Let's go back down to the very beginning and let's do that again, okay? So our frets, I'll just say the fret names or fret numbers this time. So open. And here we go with 2. Ready? 2. And then 4. Good. And then 5. 7. Okay, 9. 11. And 12. Okay, backwards now. Let's go down to fret 11. Okay, and then 9, 7, 5, 4, 2, and then open. Now, let's play. All right, so we're going to hit that 2nd string open along with that 3rd string scale. I'm going to do this. Try it out. Use your thumb on the 3rd string, and then after each C scale note, we're going to hit the 2nd string open. I know this is something we've done a little bit before, and we haven't done it for quite a while, so I want to horse around with it a little bit. So every time I say the fret number on that 3rd string, we're going to hit an open after that. So it's going to be open, and then 2nd string open, and then we'll do it again. It'll sound like bells. Okay, and now fret 2 on the 3rd string, and still the 2nd string open. Okay, and you can just use 1 finger and slide up to the 4th fret now on that 3rd string. Okay, and again 4, 2nd string open. Oh, it's the same note. It's kind of neat, hey? Okay, 5th fret on the 3rd string, still 2nd string open. A little clashy, right? 7th fret. Okay, now up to the 9th. Okay, and the 11th. And the 12th. Okay, back down to 11. Now to 9. Now to 7. Okay. Now to 5. Then to 4. 2. And then open. What a fun way to train your fingers. And okay, so now I'm going to play it fast. I'm just going to... Just going back and forth, right? Low, high, low, high. I just did it fast so you could hear the flow of it. But play around with these scales. And this might be something that you guys have already been doing at home, is playing around with the scales like that. If you haven't, it's a reminder to just goof around with the scales and have fun. Diane, I see you're having some coffee. Cheers. Cheers to Sunday, you guys. Everyone have a sip of coffee. Our brains are going to be working real hard again in a second. All right, so we did 2 different scales, but they both sound similar, right? We had the A minor natural on the first string, and then the C major on the third string. And there's different scale patterns all over the fretboard, but these open, or these single string scales are just fun. You just play around with them. And also the other thing I did was I played my C major scale on my third string with my thumb, hitting the second string open after each note, right? So take a second and play around with that. I was going to write it down on my whiteboard, the fret numbers, but I think I better not because I got my whiteboard all done up here. Oh, no, I can write down. I'll pull up the whiteboard so that you guys can see. I kind of had it hidden away so you wouldn't see what we were going to be working on next. I will write down the major scale pattern at the bottom of this, and then take some time and just play around with it. So the fret numbers are 0, 2, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11, 12. And remember, when you're playing that works on any string. Whatever the string name is the name of that particular major scale, because it's just going up and down one string. Okay, so just take a minute, and play around with that on the third string. Okay, and then if you have any observations, any sounds you like, or any picking that you like, unmute yourself and tell us about it. Okay. Then I'll tell you guys about the other stuff that's written there. I'm going to play around a little bit too. But I'm going to start up on the 12th fret. Oh, I like that sound. Did you guys find any parts you like on the scale? I feel like I just made friends with a couple of those frets there. It looks fancy what I'm doing. Do you guys want to see what I'm doing while I'm playing around with the scale? Let me show you. Okay. I'm hitting my 12th fret. I'm doing a little pattern. I'm going 12. Okay. And then I'm going to 9. Then I'm going to 11. And then I'm going to 7. So I play a fret and skip a fret is what I'm doing. So I'm going 12, 9, 11, 7, 9, 5, 7, 4, and then I just go 5, 2, open. And it sounds busier than it is, right? You just have to know your frets, and then that's when you can just start really playing around with this scale. Let's all try that, okay? I'll call it out nice and slow, okay? Everyone on your 12. So 12. Now find your 9. 9. Okay. And now up to your 11. And now you're 7. Okay. And now you're 9. Now 5. Okay, now 7. 4. And then 5, and then 2. 5, 2, oh. It's kind of fun, hey? You just got to know where those frets are. And that's where playing this, saying the numbers, saying the notes, all that sort of stuff, all the things that we've been doing help you to become more familiar with your fretboard and give you the chance to play around with the scale rather than just play it up and down. Is anyone doing that a little bit more? Oh, I see a few hands moving. Right on, you guys! So cool. Also, anyone that has a guitar might want to try it on the guitar too. It'll sound really cool. Julie, I'm looking at you. All right on, you guys. Oh, that's cool. All right. Watching everyone's fingers are just a-going. Oh, that's so awesome. Yeah, right on. All right, guys. Now we got to be serious. Give your fingers a little stretch. I'm going to call up some fret numbers, and I want you to play them, okay? So we're going to flip back down onto the first string. So this is stepping outside of Stairway to Heaven at this point. This is working on a different song. This is by the band White Lion. They were a band popular in the 90s. And they had this song called When the Children Cry. But we're going to memorize the melody first. So I'm going to be like this. I'm going to be bad now, and I'm going to pull this down. Oh, let's go away. All right. So what we're going to do is I want you to use a finger. Okay, so this is kind of like when we've been playing the song Romance in the past, where I'm like, oh, okay, you got to play the melody note, but don't use your thumb. Use a finger. Okay, so you're going to play open on your first string. Okay. And then you're going to do an octave leap. You're going up to your 12th fret now. Okay. And then to 10. Okay, so I'm going to play that, and then we'll play it together. So we've got open, 12, 10. Okay, so let's do that again. Ready? Open, 12, 10. Now listen to the change of rhythm in the next part. 8, 7, 10. Okay, so try that now on your first string. Ready? Here we go. 8, 7, 10. When we do the 8-7 part where it's sped up like that, there's a slightly different picking pattern there. And you probably noticed on the whiteboard that I had a couple things circled, and that's that part there, okay? So now, let's play what we've got so far. Open, 12, 10. Now it's going to go fast. 8, 7, 10. 8, 7, 10. Now that 8 and 7 are slow. 8, 7. I've got to double check, make sure. Yeah, okay, I'm good. 3, 2, open. Okay. Now I'm going to play it again. I'm going to say these frets a few times. So, because just like with Romance, where I try to make sure that you guys can hear the melody and have that really stuck in your head, I want to do the same thing with this one. Okay, so open. Now up to 12, 10, 8, 7, 10. Here we go. 8, 7, 10. Now slow. 8, 7, 3, 2, open. That open kicks you into the second time through it, and it's almost identical. Okay, second time through, listen to what happens. So open, 12, 10, 8, 7, 10. That's the same as the first time. 8, 7. Here's the change. You go to string 2 and you play open and 3. Open, 3 on that second string. A minor strum at the end. So I want you to practice that just because that's a different ending right now. So second string, open, 3, and then A minor. Okay, let's do it again. Okay, I'm getting all ready now. I'll put up the whiteboard again in a jiffy. I love this song. I think it's so pretty. This is just the first part of the intro, but it's my favorite part to play. Okay, so open, octave leap. Now, let me tell you guys what I mean by octave leap, in case you guys haven't heard that term. Okay, this string open is an A, and the 12th fret is also an A. The distance from that A, open, to this A is called an octave. Therefore, we're leaping up an octave. So that when I say an octave leap, we're hitting the same note name, but they're the next note up. So there's that A leaping up to the next A. That's what I'm talking about with an octave leap, okay? And now fret 10, 8, 7, 10. Here we go. 8, 7, 10. Now take your time with the 8 and 7. 8, 7, 3, 2. 3, 2, and now open again. Open, 12th fret for that octave leap. 10, 8, 7, 10. 8, 7, 10. Now 8, 7, 8, 7. Jump ship to the second string for O3. O3, A minor. So really, think about that A minor natural scale that we started off this whole set with, right? You're just playing a descending A minor natural scale for this, and then you start moving around with it and playing around with it. But hopefully you'll become inspired to write your own 90s metal ballad acoustic hit. You never know. You never know. Okay, so now let's take a look at what I got happening here. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is, I'll use my green whiteboard marker. Hopefully I won't knock anything over, because that's always a possibility. Here's our melody notes, right? Oh, you can't really see my green. There we go. O, 12, 10. And these guys are circled because they're sped up. Picking pattern's a little different. 8, 7, and then 10. And I know I've got that light there, and that's my 8. 7, 3, 2. No picking there, just a melody, right? 3, 2, and then everything starts again right here with that next open. Now you'll see that all I've got going on is I'm just playing second and third string open, right? 12. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through and I'm going to show you guys the 2 different picking patterns I use, and you'll find they're, at this point, probably becoming really familiar. I got to finish circling. I mean, I've started, I got to finish now. Okay, 7, and then hopping down to that second string. Okay. The big thing is you want to hear the melody in your head. That's why I wanted you to play that first. I can tell you the picking that I use with this, I use my fingers like this. I have my middle finger on my first string, pointer finger on my second, and then I just use my thumb on my third string. That's all I'm doing. You can use your fingers like that if you want, but it's nice to be flexible too. And I just find I like it with that one. I don't really have a reason, except maybe because I like to use this middle finger for that melody. That would be my reasoning for it. So the 2 different picking patterns is 1, 2, 3, 2 in terms of strings. So just play that with me a couple times with whichever fingering you choose. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 2. And when we have the short pattern there, it's just 1, 2. That's it. So I'm going to go through and play this first line, and I'll play through it twice, okay? So we have a chance to, you can listen and then play it together with me, whatever suits you. So nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Open, 2, 3, 2 up to 12. 2, 3, 2 now to 10. 2, 3, 2. Short pattern now. It's going to be 8, second string open, 7, second string open. Okay, let's do it again. Make sure you can feel the difference between those two patterns. Here we go. Open, 12, 12, 2, 3, 2 to 10, 2, 3, 2, and now the different picking pattern, 8, 2, 7, 2. Let's go on. Okay, here we go on the 10, 10, 2, 3, 2. Now it's extended for that 8 and 7, right? We've got the full picking pattern there. So 8, 2, 3, 2, 7, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2 by themselves, 3, 2, back to the open, open, 2, 3, 2, up to your 12. Okay, let's carry on. Let's do the next line, okay? On the 10, 10, 2, 3, 2. Now the short picking pattern, so 8, 2, 7, 2, up to 10 now. 10, 2, 3, 2. Now to your 8 with a full picking pattern. 7. Now we're jumping ship to the second string, O3. Ready? O3, A minor strum. Remember what I say about the strums too? Just try to run it down with your thumb parallel to the frets, okay? Did you hear how this nail, I think I need to file this nail. I should talk with you guys one of these days about filing nails too, because it was loud and then quiet, like it's a little, need to fix my nails. That's what that all amounts to. Okay, let's play it again. You guys ready? Because I bet you in the next few minutes you're going to start to memorize this pattern. And then you can just sit and play it and people will be like, oh, well, you're playing, and you'll be like, oh, I'm playing a White Lion tune. Don't you know White Lion? Okay, ready? Here we go from the top. Open, 2, 3, 2, up to your 12 now. To 10. Short pattern with the 8 and 7. 8, 2, 7, 2. Okay, now we're long on that next line there. 10. Okay, now we're on 8, but with the full pattern. 7. Okay, and now the 3, 2 by itself. 3, 2, open. Oh, we should go slower. 3, 2, and now open. Up to 12. 10. Okay, now it's a short pattern with the 8 and 7. 2, 7, 2, up to 10 with the full pattern. 8 with the full pattern. 7. Jumping to the second string. O3, A minor. How'd you guys do with it? Were you able to follow it? Oh, it's so pretty. Oh, I just love that. Okay, I'm going to sit and play it a little faster for you guys now, okay? Something to keep in mind, see the little dash next to the 3 and the 2? And it's the same thing down here with the open and 3. That equates to this rhythm here, okay? If you think about these all in terms of your rhythm, as you come up to it, these would be like TTs or 1 and 2 right? 1 and 2 and, or T, 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 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and, or T, 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 ta, ta, depending on what you're familiar with, right? What makes sense for you. Think about it either way. I'm a big fan of the TTs and the TAs. I think it's because I got that in elementary school. You know, I totally do the counting too, but there's something about those rhythmic sounds really help me. All right, here we go. Sit and play some White Lion for you. I gotta get comfy though. I've got to put my ukulele on my other leg now. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just so pretty. I just think that melody is so sweet and, well, a little bittersweet, you know. But all right, so I want to give you guys a minute to run through that, to ask questions. Any again, any observations about your picking, what worked, what didn't, or if you have any questions, I'll just sit, have a couple sips of coffee, and wait to see if there's anything. Also, for the people that are watching the live stream, by all means, type in a question, and I'll do my best to answer it. Just drink out of my kitty cat mug here. So hard for me to be quiet. Hardly ever quiet. That was the one time my husband knew I hurt myself, is because I got quiet and he heard the water running in the kitchen. Almost cut off my thumb pad.
Tina.
Yep.
I haven't popped into your meetings for a while, but I'm just wondering, are you posting, or how can I get this music?
You will get it on my webpage. So I'll make sure it's on there, and I'll, you know what I'll do is I'll put my webpage right on here right now, okay, in the chat so you can see it.
I love this melody.
Oh, isn't it amazing? Will we get this written out, or is it already online? Oh, it's not online. You're going to get it after this lesson's done. And I guess I better double check that Stairway to Heaven, because I know I'm not the only person that had some issues with my own website. And I'll put that in, put my website down on the YouTube channel there too. There we go. Love the sound of A minor. Yeah, doesn't it sound nice just to hit that chord at the end? Now it does go on, there's a second part there, but this, it's like the signature part. Does anybody here remember this song from the 90s? Anybody? Might just be me, I don't know. Anybody? No? Robin, do you know White Lion? No? Well, you know them now. There you go.
My brain was elsewhere in the 90s. The 90s music is...
Well, look it up.
What is the name of the song?
It's called When the Children Cry by White Lion. And I do have that written like on the proper PDF that I've done up. I've got the name of the band and the song on there, so you'll be able to follow it. Yeah, it's quite pretty though, hey?
Is that a Canadian group?
No, they're not. They're from the US. It's American content today.
Oh, okay.
I think they're American.
I
Okay.
missed the 90s too. I guess I was working or something. I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah, there you go. Eh? Well, let me double check and see where they're from. Just because I think they're from the States doesn't mean they are. Let's see. Oh, they were a Danish/American glam metal band that was formed in 1983. I thought it was the 90s, but okay. Oh, I see. They were active in the 80s and early 90s. And their song When the Children Cry, I thought it was in the 90s. No, it's a 1987 song. It's a good thing I did some
My brain
research.
was elsewhere in the 80s, later 80s too.
I was
Oh.
never into glam metal. Just to let you know.
You weren't?
No, I
Oh,
missed it.
I love glam metal. Oh. But this is steps outside of a lot of the other stuff that they would normally do. It's just such a different sound. Let's play it one more time, okay? And then we're going to flip over into Stairway to Heaven. Just make sure everyone's muted. Okay, here we go. And nothing too fast, okay? But I think I'm just gonna have to sit with my ukulele on my lap for this. I think it's part of my picking problem right now. All right, so we'll go at it at this speed, like a 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Open. Now up to 12. Here comes 10. Okay, now it's a short pattern. So 8, second string open, 7, second string open, back up to 10. Okay, so we're on that next line now, right? Now we're at the 8 with the full pattern, 7 with the full pattern, 3 and then 2, 3, 2, open. Up to 12. Next line with the 10th fret. Short pattern with the 8, 7. Now 10 with the full pattern. 8 with the full pattern. 7 with the full pattern. Second string, open, 3, A minor. I burned through it a little bit faster just so you could feel the flow of it. When you're practicing this, do it in 2 sets, okay? First thing you want to do is, just like we did, I got you to play that melody. Play the melody again when you're practicing it at home, okay? So the melody is sitting on the first string, right? Except for down here where you have the open and 3. So when you get the PDF, do that. And if you have to highlight it to have your eye, like print it off and highlight it to have your eye drawn to the melody, do it, right? That's what I do. Play the melody, then practice the 2 separate picking patterns, right? The 1, 2, 3, 2 pattern, or sorry, pardon me, the 2, 3, 2 after the melody. Practice that. And then practice this shorter picking pattern, just like we did in here, and then put it together, and it'll help you to learn the song a little bit faster. And, just have fun with it. So this one, we'll step away from it now and we'll review Stairway to Heaven now. Next week, I want to play this one, and we may not go any further with it than this. I'm not sure. I have to look at it again and see about going further than this. But I think it would sound pretty, like if you're sitting around picking music, or just finger picking songs, that would sound kind of neat. Just having that as part of maybe a collection of music that you play. That's what I do with it anyway. All right, so now let's flip over to Stairway to Heaven. I'm just going to expand my...
Are there words to that, When the Children Cry?
Yeah, there is. Not in the intro part, but further on in the song. Look it up. Listen to it and check it out.
Is it a sad song?
It's a bit sad.
Okay.
Yeah. it's kind of consoling, you know, dry your eyes, all this sort of stuff. It's sad. It's bittersweet. All right, I'm going to share my copy of Stairway to Heaven that I didn't get off my website. Okay, now I'm assuming you guys can see that okay. Can everyone see that? Yeah, okay, awesome. Leslie, I'll make sure I've got the right copy up for both of us after this. I'll make it a little bit bigger, I think. Or is that big enough for you guys? Can you see it okay? Yeah. So I've expanded it so we only look at it two lines at a time. So I'm going to play where's my mouse? There we go. Line 1. If you're not used to looking at this, if you've just joined me and you haven't been playing this with me, just as a quick review, everyone that's familiar with it, just practice it and I'll do a quick review of it, okay? So we've got our chords up here, okay? Those guys there. Underneath those chords, I have the picking pattern I use for each one. So this, for instance, on A minor here, this 4, 3, 2, 1 tells you that you're going to pick strings 4, 3, 2, 1, just in that order. Moving on to E7 here, you've got two options. You can just pick strings 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay. Or if you feel so inclined, you can do a pinching motion and pluck strings 1 and 4 together at the beginning. Choice is yours. When you get over here to the end of this line, you'll see these chords written here, G, A minor, with the words pluck, pluck, pluck underneath because you pluck G, A minor. Then you get all fancy on the first string and play O, 8, 7. I'll review the sides too as we go for that. Second line's the same as the first line. I just didn't write in the chord names because it was going to get too jam-packed full. The only difference between first line and second line is the little bit of tablature at the end. The second one has the leading tones that push you into the next part of the song. Okay, so I'll play through this, and if you have questions while I'm doing this, ask away. Okay, here we go. So I'll go nice and slow, and here we go. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. A minor, strings 4, 3, 2, 1, and then to E7. I can tell you right off the bat something that I can't remember if I talked to you guys about it before or not, but when I make my E7 chord, I lay down the first 2 notes I need, which is the notes on strings 1 and 4. I don't lay down all my fingers at the same time. So just something to think about, okay? And then got my E7 here, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 1, and then to C, strings 4 and 1 together, 2, 3, string 1. Now I'm on the D chord, okay, pinching strings 4 and 2 together, 3, 2, 1, and then when I get to that F, I go 4, 3, 2, 1, let it ring out, 2, 3, 4, G, A minor, G, A minor, You can pluck that or strum it, whatever suits you. First string open, O, 8, 7, or slide. I think last week we talked about doing a slide from 7 to 8, is that right? Oh, that sounds cool. So play your 7th fret, oh, 5. I like the longer slide for this. I think it sounds cooler. Okay, so I'm going to slide from 5 to 8 again then. Oh, 5 to 8. So I play on my 5, keep the pressure on, sliding up to my 8th fret. Then I play my 7th. Next line, back to my A minor chord. 4, 3, 2, 1. And now E7, plucking 4 and 1 together. 2, 3, 1. Now to my C, 4 and 1 together. And then to my D, 4 and 2 together. now to my F. 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. G, A minor, A minor. Okay, I'm going to stop there, and I just want to check in with everybody. How are you doing with switching gears from White Lion to Led Zeppelin? Is everything going okay? Yeah? Cool.
Tina, can you pick those or pinch those ones that you got the 4 on the bottom of it, and then like in the D, you can do the 2 and the 4, pinch them, and then do the 3, 2, 1?
Yep, that's exactly what we do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, pluck the 4 and the 2, and then play 3, 2, 1, exactly. So yeah, choice is yours, because you don't have to play the 2 notes together unless you feel so inclined. The only ones you really need to play are the top line. But adding in that bass note on the bottom there sure fills it in a bit, hey? All right, let's move on to the next part. So there we go. Okay, so I'm going to start off with, just to kind of tie in the parts, I'm going to play my leading tones because I didn't play those yet. So I'm going to hit O2 and then move on to the next section. So first string, O2, and now we're on the C chord here. Okay. Oh my gosh. There. C. 1, 3, 2, 1. Now to D. 1, 2, 3, 1. And now to F. 1, 2, 3, 1. Now with the tablature, first string open, second string open. Leading tones. O2. Now pinching with C on string 1 and 4. 2, 3, 1. Then to G, 4 and 1. 2, 3, 1. And then D, pluck, pluck, pluck. I sound like a chicken every time I say it. I'm going to start saying cluck, cluck and see if anyone notices. Okay, leading tones. O, 2. Next line with your C. 1, 3, 2, 1. D chord. 1, 2, 3, 1. Your F. 1, 2, 3, 1. Now your tab. First string open, second string, leading tones. O, 2, C, pinching 4 and 1 together. And then your D, 1 and 4. And then your F. Cluck, cluck, cluck. Okay, I'm going to stop there and just check in with everyone. Diane's laughing. I couldn't help it. I had to cluck. So, how is it working there with the second section? Is it? Yeah. Okay, I want to run through that part again, I think, because it gets busy there, right? Let's go for it again, starting just right on that C. Okay, here we go. C, strings. Here we go. 1, 3, 2, 1. Now to D. 1, 2, 3, 1. Now to F. 1, 2, 3, 1. Now the tablature. First string open, second string open. Leading tones with O, 2. Now pinching on the C, 1 and 4. 2, 3, 1. The G, pinching. 3, 1. And then the D. Pluck, pluck, pluck. Leading tones. O, 2 to C. 1, 3, 2, 1 to D. 1, 2, 3, 1 to F. 1, 2, 3, 1. Now the tablature. First string open, second string. Leading tones. O, 2. Now to C. 1 and 4. 3, 1. D. 1 and 4. And now plucking the F. And now I'm going to scroll down. We're going to keep going, which is just a repeat of the beginning. So now on our A minor, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now E7, plucking 4 and 1. 2, 3, 1. Now to C, 4 and 1. Now to D, pinching 4 and 2. 3, 2, 1. Now to F, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2, 3, 4. Here we go. G, A minor, A minor. So let's check in with everyone. I'm going to stop sharing for a minute here. And something that when I'm doing those chords, something that I just want you to think about is, here I come from my F, and I did my plucking from that second part, right? Then all I have to do is lift up my finger, and I've got my A minor. Okay. Then when I make my E7, I lay down those two guys, because those are the two I use first. I laid that one down. It helps me to be relaxed when I'm making my chords, right? Because I'm just laying down my fingers as I need them. And then E7, I just shift up to my C. And then as I'm playing my C, what I do is I just reach forward to make my D. And then I have to hop to my F, but there's something more relaxing, between all those other chords anyway. And the F, there's going to be something where it's a tricky shift. Diane, you use that as a meditation in the morning? That's awesome. Oh, yeah. Maybe when the children cry, it'll become a meditation for you too. Something about these songs. Does anyone have any questions about them? Or any, does anyone need to see me do the slide? Or when I talk about plucking, like you can, when I do that, I do wind up plucking all the strings. I use that full plant idea. And I pluck like that, but you could strum. Either one's fine. Often, it's funny because I can sit and finger pick away and have a finger assigned to each string, so that, for example, when I'm talking about the A minor and I'm saying 4, 3, 2, 1, I might play like that. I might do this too. It's okay. If you're watching my hands, you'll often see me using one finger, and I think it's because I'm talking while I'm playing that. So I just wind up using a modified fingering, and it's okay. How many people use just 1 or 2 fingers or a thumb? Because that's me. I'm just using a thumb and a finger mostly for that. Yeah, it's interesting. I think because we all think a little differently with these picking patterns, so it's kind of neat. Now it's 9:57 right now. Do you want to just play through Stairway to Heaven one more time? And I'll run through, and I won't do a lot of the talking all the way through. I'll just run through and play it. D is the one which I will not always pluck properly. Yeah, right. There's always going to be one, right? When we slide from 5 to 8, do we then pluck the 8 again before 7? Nope. Just whatever sound took you to the 8 is what you leave there. That's it. You just let that sound ring out. Okay, so I'll put up my copy again, and I'll share it, and yeah, we'll just go through and play it. Oh, so nice. All this hard work, and we're slowly getting to the point where we can just play it together, right? It's a good feeling. There we go. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. A minor. E7. C. D. F. Now the chords. And the slidey 087. Next line, A minor. E7, C, and D, F, G, A minor, Okay, hold on to that while I scroll up here, you guys. Ooh, leading tones, C, D, F, and then the tablature there. C, G, plucking the D, leading tones, D, F, tablature, and C, D, plucking the F. Okay, hang on to it. Oh, come on, mouse. There we go. Okay, last line. Here we go. A minor, E7, and C, D, F, let's pluck these guys slow. G, A minor, A minor. My picking improved once I didn't have to talk so much. I was thinking that that's what was going to happen. So I got to share something with you guys. When I share that, I can still keep an eye on everyone's hands and stuff and make sure everyone's doing okay. We all looked really good when we were playing. It was really cool. Congratulations, you guys. We're all working pretty hard on Stairway to Heaven, and I can tell that it's paying off. It's really awesome. Okay, so now what I need to do is I'm just going to stop my live stream now. To the people that joined me